Nah, for real. Yeah. Let's do it. Pop my shit like every time, cause I know they watching me. Peep the review when I ride, keep these Glock on side of me. Don't hate me, just be proud of me. My eyes low, keep be proud of me. I'm way before my time and it's on slime, it ain't no stopping me. Ain't never fat when I speak, you know what I'm talking about? Ain't never solid building when I step, nigga. Ain't no way around this shit. Ball making rap because I couldn't fake it. Well, they just couldn't take it. You know, hey, yo, man. Turn it up. Rich part, nigga, on me, nigga. Fuck them. This sound like 12. I'ma keep lurking and swerving and working it for the little nigga I play in the street. I'm not playing with you, don't play with me. Shout out to the gutter, it made me a beast. Don't know about no murder, I probably was asleep. I picked up the code and kept that shit G. And I ain't gon' switch shit up, I'ma stand on facts every time a young nigga speak. Yeah, okay then. Forever on my homie side. Yeah, them facts, bro. And all we know is homicide. Long little rooted for life. From the bottom of them apartments, it was heartless and nothing but darkness. That shit that scarred me. Nah, for real. Real stepper, we step on shit for living. I mean for life. Shit crazy. Can you look me in my eyes and tell me that you with me? Wrong or right. And I ain't tryna be no gangster rapper, none of that type of shit. It's just my life. And I never beg for love because I already said we gon' die. Fuck it, Papa ain't doing no touching. If I got a show and they check at the door, we get them glossy and we smuggling. Cause I got smoke and my nigga know we ain't going for now, we bustin'. The city ain't no slime, so if we lack, it can get up. Right now I'm around with a stick with my buzzin'. Nah, for real. Ran up a dub in about 2 weeks, I had to cut niggas out, switch gears. My two main man switched up on the thug shit. I ain't trippin' it there or there. I was doing whatever, but when I couldn't do it, they turned around and said I wasn't real. Feel the Chris and Cole shit, I'm tryna live. I'ma keep lurking and swerving and working it for the little nigga I play in the street. I'm not playing with you, don't play with me. Shout out to the gutter, it made me a beast. Don't know about no murder, I probably was asleep. I picked up the code and kept that shit G. And I ain't gon' switch shit up, I'ma stand on facts every time a young nigga speak. Yeah, okay then. Forever on my homie side. And all we know is homicide. From the bottom of them apartments, it was heartless and nothing but darkness. That shit that scarred me. Nah, for real, ain't got nothing to prove. We were breaking in house, breaking in car, yeah, into the loop. High speed takedown bleeding. Me and my gang, me and my crew. Do whatever for that paper, yeah, that cheese. What about you? I'ma give me, you fuck about you. Nah, for real, you ain't getting in on none of this shit. I don't get no damn about what you want. I'm tryna spend on all your friends, nigga, anybody get it. Who want? Let me know something. Who want? Make a move then, fuck. Who want? Touch something. Who want? Go up, what? Who want it? I say shit, look at that fuck nigga right there. That bitch mad as fuck. Look at that ball. Oh God, look at him mugging like a motherfucker. I wish a nigga would touch some of this bitch. Make me go down. God. Go with your move. Hey, say, look. I'ma keep lurking and swerving and working it for the little nigga I play in the street. I'm not playing with you, don't play with me. Shout out to the gutter, it made me a beast. Don't know about no murder, I probably was asleep. I picked up the code and kept that shit G. And I ain't gon' switch shit up, I'ma stand on facts every time a young nigga speak. Yeah, okay then. Forever on my homie side. Yeah, them facts, bro. And all we know is homicide. Long little rooted for life. From the bottom of them apartments, it was heartless and nothing but darkness. That shit that scarred me. Nah, for real. Say they weren't here for the guys on God, nigga. OTL 2 death. Slime for life, nigga. Slime like matters, nigga. No slime left behind, nigga. You ain't my kind, nigga. Fuck you, boy. Let's do it.
Yes.
My bitch, she lit. She make 'em mad, got 'em sick. Shake that ass, know she thick. Throw it back all on that dick. She ride like she drink. She don't smoke with Rotary, we don't know them people. I hype her up, downright, I'm a stroker eagle. You say for me and break Patron, cause she love tequila. Her circle small, hell no, we don't fuck with people. Hey, watch out, hey, let her slide through right quick. Yeah. Nah, come on, this for you. This for you. Don't be shy. Hey, let's shout it, slide back, let the baby slide through. Propose a toast and got your back, I'm always right beside you. You work hard, you deserve it. I know I see you working on yourself and on your goals. I think you found your purpose, you ain't buy no shots. You been in the gym for that ad, got your own, know we matching in the gym with that bag. Graduated, held you down back in the day when you had class. Pull your hair, beat it fat, when I fuck you from the back. She like, ooh-wee, no I ain't lying, your boy gon' cut the fool. Shit about you, you know I have to spin a block or two. No half-stepping, baby, came in with a knot or two. And stack that paper together, show 'em what that money do. Hey, make that money, baby, show them for how bosses move. Hey, make that money, baby, show them for how bosses move. My bitch, she lit. She make 'em mad, got 'em sick. Shake that ass, know she thick. Throw it back all on that dick. She ride like she drink. She don't smoke or roll the reefer, we don't know them people. I hype her up, damn right, I'ma stroke her ego. You say for me and bring Patron, cause she loves tequila. Her circle smile, hell nah, we don't fuck with people. Yeah. I see you cutting up and everything, you know. I gotta acknowledge that. She got her own house, own car, don't really need a nigga. And she get nasty when she won't know how to please a nigga. Hey, out in public on Patron, she won't tease a nigga. She throwing ones, day shift, lunch at Cheetahs, nigga. Big ol' ass, she'll show you how to shake some. Them bitches need some help, she show them how to make some. Lashes and makeup, look but she don't really need it. Only occasions, still got them niggas fiending. Yeah, she lit and protected, she got more ties. She too pretty and she silly, she a whole vibe. She a whole vibe. Ride like she drink. She a whole vibe. She ride like she drink. She a whole. I seen a nigga cross a nigga, and he was with the family, tried to slime his own kind. I just don't understand it, and I can't buy down to no bitch, cause they be too demanding, you can do bad on your own. Well, bitch, I can manage you. Want all the smoke, nigga, plus the reef. Hey, I do not talk to them people, nigga, they are not my equal. Nigga, they are not my kind. Nigga, they can't match my grind. I pop shit cause I know I can. Play with a lot of bands, and this money ain't come from no scams. Bought a mirror just to remind myself who I am. This is me in real life, ain't flexing for no Instagram. They flexing money on the gram, and now we on to something. And I ain't doing no flexing until I'm on to something. Now every move them niggas make, as you know we watch. Ceremony in the moment, just be cool, we plot. No Chicago, we really be on some bullshit. I'm blessed with these words, still smoking at the pool. Might pass the blunt to the pastor, now they telling me that's the way to get the hell faster. Long as I go with that strong, go the sticky shit, that's worth to see the G. Now have a moment, let's remember shit. Long as I go with that strong, go the sticky shit, that's worth to see the G. Have a moment, let's remember. I lost my soul for the moment, had to gain it all again. My heart really know, don't give a fuck about a friend. Lost my mind for the moment, I was falling off track. I lost everything I love, I had to get it all back. I lost my soul for the moment, had to gain it all again.
There it is, man. Leading off the show with, what was it called? His name? Bo Benny, ain't it? Bo Benny. Bo Show. Right. With that nice cut right there, man. Give it all back.
Shout out.
Hey, man, Thursday night, Flag Football Podcast. We back in the building. There we go. Now we back in. Now we linked in. Hey, man, you know, got some of the cast of characters here. Some of them missing. You know what I mean? Doing traveling, all the good stuff, man. But we decided to still give y'all a little shout out to ATL Flag Football. Although we have a holiday bye week. That's right. That's right. Got my boy B Marsh in the building. What up, B?
What's going on, everybody?
And, of course, we got the dag OG T Mizak.
What's going on?
The real T-Mac.
Right. real T-Mac. Not Bizarro T-Mac. For another team.
And we got to hold it because he asked me, he said, man, can y'all just ease up on him for a week?
Just a week.
Just a week.
We ain't going to talk about no interceptions today.
We didn't say anything about what he did this Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to talk about no interceptions.
He personally asked me, so I said I got him.
All right.
All right.
Got the T-Mac.
He ain't the boss of me, T-Mac. I got some stuff to say. Got to get some shit off my chest.
Did they do that Monday night? Did they have that show Monday?
Oh, I don't know.
They did.
Man, we can't. Everybody got a show now.
Yeah, I can't keep up with all
tune
that,
in
man.
every night for something from flag football.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, all right. Did you catch this? No, I did not. I was working. I didn't know.
Right.
Shout out to Rochelle to take the game.
That's right.
Shout out Rochelle Series, man. Taping them games, man.
Was somebody really griping?
Yeah, I read some comments. I'm like, well, hating on her not sharing or some junk, but for somebody to do something for the fun and love of the game with no payment,
Listen,
man, you bugging.
Anybody
For real,
on any
man.
team can come out and record your games anytime you play. If you got a problem with somebody else doing it, because she's just doing it as I'm here, folks want to watch it from home. You know what I'm saying?
Not only that,
Record your own damn
she
games.
brings humor to it too.
Right.
Boy, she be having you dying on that sideline, boy.
Yes. Boy,
So what was the actual gripe? Did anybody know what the actual gripe was?
I saw where they said she said somebody asked me why I don't post winning teams, as if she is somehow choosing which ones. She comes up, she's like, "Where are the good games?" We talk about where the good games are, and she goes to that field.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not like she's running back and forth, and I got to go get this game. No, at the beginning of the day, where are the best games at? That's the field she stays at. Okay.
You mean the games that people want to see?
Well, whatever we think gonna be the closest.
Yeah, the
games.
game people actually might want to see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
Other than that, like, it ain't a winning team thing. It ain't favoritism.
well, it is, but so what?
I mean, it's only favoritism to the point that what's going to be the closest game?
I don't want to call nobody out, but if you got two teams that's 0-8, why is you gonna record those games?
Right.
Let's see who's gonna get off the
Somebody
snide
got
this
to
week.
win. We don't care, buddy. But I mean, but it isn't. Like I get it when you say it's favoritism. It's the good teams, but at the same time, it's nobody cares about certain teams, certain games. Like we want to see the close games, and if we can't be there to see them, you know what I'm saying? Then that's the best way to get a window into what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But man, y'all some ungrateful,
That's ungrateful.
ungrateful asses.
Listen, man, I can't even tell you how many games she posted already.
Yeah.
Count, but she done posted, like you said, some teams. She put me
Yeah.
on some teams that I've never seen.
Yes.
But how do you question somebody doing something for the love of the
Right.
game for
Right.
free, bringing humor to it, not getting paid a red nickel, and you question it?
Right, you got something to say about it.
That's true.
Here's a solution. Pay her to film your games. She will gladly come film your games.
I'm
Pay
sure.
her to do it.
I'm sure.
There's a reason a lot of us don't film games because we know how much it costs to film them. You know what I'm saying? To pay somebody to do it. She will gladly do it.
Justin said Cash Apple.
Yeah. Listen, I'll act as her manager. If you want her to film your games, $45 a game, she will come film your games.
Without a doubt.
Okay? She will give you down and distance, running commentary. All right? Man, ungrateful folks.
That's wild, man. Hey, man, if you're on the live, Real Talk, folks, man, I tried to post to that page as well. You can see we did some creative stuff this week, man, where we can start actually seeing the whole background and everything, man, so we ain't got to just see the green screen. So I did tag to the page.
It's a car on fire, fire alarm. It's a car on fire. Yeah.
Is that what I just heard? Pop? Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, she got you out that
I'm
seat,
over
though.
here looking
Sean, hey, I'm looking. I said, I don't see nothing yellow.
Hey, look at it. Can we see?
Yeah, I don't see nothing yellow out
It ain't big
there.
enough. We can't see the fire.
Sean XOXO playing April Fool jokes in the podcast.
That's
Talking about
right.
there's a fire
Pulling
out there in the
folks
parking lot.
out of the control
Yeah.
booth.
Nobody but the way.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Hey, Sports Center got me.
I didn't see.
When they hit that, they said the Jaguars were looking to get Fields first draft, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, so I'm going on ESPN and every damn thing. And it was
Really?
like, I was
He
like,
said
oh,
you nowhere.
boy,
Well,
I said they
listen,
got me on that
if-
shit.
Hey, if
Hey, you
if
know,
y'all
boy,
gonna
I'm
try,
waiting.
if y'all gonna
I'm
try
waiting
and
right
April
now.
Fool somebody about a car being on fire, you need to get somebody who ain't got full coverage on a shitty car. Like if my car's on fire, we just gonna let it burn. Back up, it's a Kia, let it burn. I got full coverage.
He said,
Okay.
back up.
That's right. Back up, don't put it out. Pull your car and block the fireman if you can. Okay.
Too funny.
He want
That's
that,
right, let
he
it
want that
burn.
bitch to explode.
That's right. That's right.
Too funny. Hey man, so real quick, man, off football for a quick second, man. Did everybody read up on this SB 202 bill?
Yeah.
If y'all not aware of this thing, man, y'all think voting don't matter, man. Listen, this governor of ours has signed, huh?
It's something that they
No, he just passed it.
No,
He just signed this thing where they're literally doing voter suppression in our faces, man, direct and up front, where you can't. They're gonna close the polls at 5 o'clock instead of 7. You can't get water if you in line all day long. Your mom, your grandma.
Tell you what, let's clarify.
Go ahead.
They're gonna say. You're exactly right. They can close the polls at 5 if they want to in their county. Now, they can also keep them open to 7, but the problem is that means counties that have predominantly conservative leadership with a predominantly progressive base are going to shut their polls down early because they can. They can close them at 5 if they want to. They can keep them open to 7 if they want to. But the problem is that means people in those counties that can do that, they can trim along the edges, are going to be able to shut it down when they want to shut it down.
And how about the number of people per polling place? You can shut it down if it's too many and send them somewhere else. And,
right.
and where are you going to send them to?
That's right.
If that's not their polling.
Yeah, where are you going to send them?
Right.
Because early voting, you can go anywhere.
Oh, they're going to reduce that as well.
They're cutting down the number of drop boxes.
They cut down the number of drop boxes. You can't use the buses no more to transport. Oh, they're going bananas on this bill, man. They're going bananas on this bill.
But I bet not see, pardon me.
Yeah.
That's the part people are missing.
And that's the last part of it. They can overrule the election.
What?
Yeah,
They can
control over
they can
finalization of
overrule the
election
election if they
goes
don't.
to the state, not the local county. So
Correct.
if the state legislature feels that something was going on in a county, let's pick a random county like DeKalb that you decide what people who in DeKalb look like. All right, they can say, you know what, look like some shenanigans. We're not going to certify that vote, so those votes don't count.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you right now, B-Mark. If I see 84, 94-year-old Karen getting bussed
Right.
and pushed somewhere, I saw him push her old ass over.
That's right. Listen.
I'm pushing her old ass out her hover ride.
Out of her little rascal, her rascal scooter, her little rascal.
What can be done to combat this?
Well, here's the problem. Well, first of all, it depends on what happens nationally. If they pass, they can override some things nationally. It depends on voting rights things. But it goes further than what we can do about it. Here's the issue. We're looking at it as this is something that just happened. We saw a big turnaround from the election. And so they said, we need to do something about it. What all can we change? But it goes further than that. And I'll quote from my wife's Facebook page because she is wicked smart. All right. If you're trying to understand how we got here,
Those
you
brownie
start
points,
with the
boy.
Do what?
To get those brownie points, boy.
That's right. Hey, baby, I'm talking about you, baby. Daddy be home at 10:30. Let's see here. You start with the 2004 presidential election, which gave you Supreme Court Justices Roberts and Alito appointed by Bush, who gutted the 1965 Voting Rights Act because they felt at that point that people of color, minority groups, anything like that, weren't facing the same things that they were facing in 1965. So they decided they no longer faced the same levels of oppression. So we don't need those laws anymore. So we deal with the election that got Bush in, which you can discuss whether, remember that was the hanging Chad vote. That was the Supreme Court stopped some of the vote. Now you can discuss whether he eventually won anything like that. The point is, it was a contested election. The winner of that election got 2 Supreme Court nominations. They gutted the Voting Right Act. All right. So then when Section 5 of the Voting Rights Act came up in 2013, you had a conservative, mostly GOP appointed Supreme Court that struck it down. All right. So when we dealt with just recently where Trump got to nominate so many people for the Supreme Court, it's perpetuating itself. So when this stuff comes up, right. Listen, I'm all for packing the court. It's not something I believe in, but at this point, fuck it. But so it's not just we got to show up like we did recently. This goes back 10 years ago that we were all aware of, and we probably had a problem with some stuff then, but I wasn't as active then, and I don't know if y'all were. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this is something that from back then, a contested election. So they saw it back then. They took away they gutted it so that nationally, they gutted the National Voting Rights Act so that local legislatures could do what they wanted to do. And what that left us with is what we have, you know what I'm saying? What we have now. So again, another contested election, and we're seeing the fruits of that. So it goes much further than just the recent election. We're talking about things 10 years ago that we're griping about now. When you ask what could have been done about it, we 10 years late. And that's the problem is one side of the aisle is all about winning. And to their credit,
By any means necessary.
they are going to win at all costs because it's worth it. It was worth whatever, even if they disagree with what the most recent president did, they are not going to say anything about it because he got them this many more Supreme Court judges, which
Correct.
means when this comes up again, they've already got somebody in their corner handling this stuff.
Correct.
Okay? So it's bigger than just this recent vote. But we're going to have to do things now to affect things in 10 years. Okay?
Big facts.
So, something to think about.
Big facts. It's crazy, man.
Gotta pack the Supreme Court. We gotta have them nominate more Supreme Court justices to get it even. Right now it's not even. You know what I'm saying? It's not nowhere near even. But the more you got, the more even it can get. You can get people who cross the aisle who will, agree with, this right or wrong.
If you look up the history of the Supreme Court, and the number of Supreme Court justices has fluctuated through the last 100 years or whatever it is. And they'll add some, and then when some people die, they just won't add people in their place and let the numbers go back down. So the number of Supreme Court justices we have is really just a tradition. Okay? But if anything from the last guy in office showed us things that we have that are traditions that aren't laws, you can kind of do what you want to do with them.
That's right.
So I'm here for it. I'm not a big guy on packing the court. At this point, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Do what we need to do to get what we want.
Especially the way they pulled it off to
Correct.
get those last few people. You know what I mean?
Correct.
How they treated President Obama, how they wouldn't let him appoint, but they let this guy do it. You know what I mean? It was crazy.
Right. So
The last one was absolutely ridiculous.
So if you look at the history of the court, you'll see there have been times when we've had more, and times when we've had less. So it's not a rule, and a lot of people would say that the number of Supreme Court justices should reflect the number of people in the United States. There should be one judge for this certain amount of people. So since we've increased the population of America, since its inception, we haven't increased at this point recently the number of Supreme Court justices. So there's a justification from a population standpoint for increasing them and not having any questions about it. But people are stuck on this is how many Supreme Court justices we have, and it should be a 1-for-1. Somebody leaves, we add a new one. But there's no law against packing. But that would be a huge step, and there'd be no coming back from that.
Correct. That's correct. And it's amazing because, I'm from Virginia, and my aunt sent me the new legislation passed in Virginia, and it's total polar opposites of ours. This governor went and passed everything that to try to kill voter suppression. I'm talking about this governor. I mean, it was such a beautiful thing to read. He's doing everything he can opposite of voter suppression, and all the laws that he's putting in are basically titled, anti-voter suppression. That's what he's putting in place. So to watch these governors, there are governors who are trying to do the right thing, but then you still got 43 other states that are passing voter suppression laws right now. Right now, like 253 different laws they're trying to do right now. You know what I mean? So people better wake up, man.
That's right.
They better wake up. It ain't over because you won the battle, but the war's still being fought.
That's right. That's why I wore this shirt today. If conservatives become convinced that they cannot win democratically, they will not abandon conservatism, they will reject democracy. All right? So if that side decides that they can't win by getting people on their side, they're not going to change how they feel and say, well, the people must be right. They're going to change what the people are allowed to say.
All right. I bet you didn't bring my shirt either.
I didn't bring anything.
I know you didn't.
Wake up with one.
No matter what I keep explaining. So anywho.
Same size.
Right. So, Brandon, from a representative standpoint, man, I'm sure the people want to know what led to the cancellation this week.
We knew what time the rain was coming in, and it did. It came in between 11 and noon at the field. We went up to the field because we had to put some stakes down so that we can line off the field regularly and stuff like that. And sure enough, promptly at about 11:30, rain came in, and we wouldn't have been able to play on it. So what that means is we would have gotten maybe 2 games in per field. And the issue is we rent the complex. We don't rent one field where it's.
That was going to be the next question.
Right, that would be the next thing is, well, we could play on turf or whatever. You know, you could play longer on turf with the rain and whatnot, or wait it out or anything like that. But we pay for the entire complex. We pay for all 3 fields. So we play on one field, we buy all 3 fields. We play on 3 fields, we buy all 3 fields. Doesn't matter, same price, whether we play on one or not. So at that point, it doesn't make any sense just to, and if we had only been able to, if we get lightning and we were only able to play 2 games on turf.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So
Makes sense.
That's what it will be, is if it looks like it's going to rain, and the rain did come. You know what I'm saying? Listen, a lot of folks chiming in at 10:30 saying, I'm still waiting on the rain. Not a single person came on at 12 and said, oh, shit, I'm still in the rain. Did nobody come and say that? So it was ironic the way that happened.
Gotcha. I'm sure that was a question, so I wanted to make sure you could answer that.
Yep.
And then the fact, because like I said, the second question is going to be why would you use the turf field, but if you use all that makes sense then. That's an economic decision.
Yep.
Gotcha. So with that being said, all the games from this past weekend
We'll move to the back end of the schedule.
to the back end of the schedule.
Because people are requesting, people request buys. So some people have requested a buy for next week. It wouldn't make any sense for us to pop last week's game into next week and have those people, I asked for a buy this week, I shouldn't have to play. So they moved to the end of the schedule because in theory, nobody has made plans for that final week. You know what I'm saying? So it moves to the end of the schedule, which means like our team has 3 weeks off.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Which, boy, that's no way to stay in tune for a season is to have 3 weeks off in the middle of the season.
Right.
Go over there to the zoo then.
Yep. Gotcha. So that means in the playoffs are going to be backed up just 1 week?
Yes.
It's already looked at. It's good. So that's be what, the 25th?
I think it's
Got
20,
right now.
might be something like that, yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right now, butter. Take it easy. Okay.
No, bro.
All right, good deal. So other than that, everything's in place. All right. So everybody went out there and supported the ladies this weekend, huh? It's a good look out there, I heard.
Oh, yeah, it was in Ellenwood. It was right around the corner, too.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Nice and convenient.
8 minutes away. I was like, okay, I'm there.
So what you see out there, man?
I seen some very exciting games. I've never, to be honest with you, I've never really spent a weekend out there or a Sunday out there and just watch the ladies play. And I seen some very competitive games, seen some great catches, great flag pulls. All around. I actually enjoyed it.
So they flowed, and it was raining out that way too, wasn't it? At some point it had to rain, didn't it?
It came down. Yeah.
That same rain, that same time frame.
Yeah, they had a break scheduled in, and the games after the rain, like you said, it was muddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't have been a good look for a South Cobb.
Oh no. We know what happened back there.
Right. Right.
It is no.
It
Yeah.
would be convenient for people to play, but let's say we did play and even played after the rain delay. The field would have been they already messed up.
Yeah. South Carolina, that would have been atrocious.
And if you got 3 more weeks that you got left to play, like, no.
Right. That's what's up. So anything stand out, man? I mean, how was the atmosphere though, even with the ladies though, man? I know they'd be turned up out there.
Man, it was.
Everybody got
Yep.
uniforms on. 25 players on the team. People play.
A nice little facility.
Nice facility.
Had 2 fields going on.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Everything was legit.
Yeah.
Can't complain at all.
Were you surprised? You hadn't been out there a lot. Were you surprised at the athleticism of the game that you saw? I feel like we sort of get a view, seeing things like when you compare like NBA, WNBA, stuff like that, and people always make comparisons about the athleticism and stuff like that. So one stands to reason that we would expect a little less athleticism, or at least I would say a little less, air, playing in the air in the women's league. Were you impressed by athleticism?
Yes, I was. I think one lady, she made that one-hand catch, well, that was cold, too.
Yeah.
And then I seen a quarterback from the Stallions. And she kind of gained the game management she had and she marched down the field like it wasn't nothing. And those are the little things that I look at. And when you see that, it's like, okay, these ladies know what they doing. So you just can't do nothing but give them their props.
Good stuff. So, you got some scores, man. Run down them scores this past week, man. Let's give a shout out to the ladies tonight.
Give them some coverage.
The ones in bold, the one that won, right? All right, so the first game we had Code Red versus the Tigers. Looked like the Tigers won 33-0.
Tigers still got that juggernaut going, huh?
Bullies. They're the bullies.
Yes.
But they had another game after that. It was close.
Okay. All right, then we got the Stallions versus DOA. Stallions won 13-6. That was actually a pretty good game. I paid attention to that.
OG Gate Squad.
Yeah.
Squad up.
I don't know if these going in order. I'm just going off the list.
Yeah.
Then we have Bama versus Code Red. Bama over Code Red 34-0. Then we have the Stallions versus the Tigers. Tigers got that one 13-7. I guess that's a pretty good game too. That came down to the last drive. Yeah, that was that one, huh?
Tigers and who?
They scored twice.
Yeah, real quick.
And then Stallions came back,
Yeah.
scored. Then they stopped Tigers, came back and started driving. Got all the way fourth. They had first and goal from like the 5, man. And Tigers held.
That's what's up.
Yeah, very good game.
But that mean them Stallions coming along though, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that. That's one team. It's like we just watching them grow, man. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
From what Gate started off with, man, and all that stuff. That's good to see. Now they compete with the Tigers.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
That's for real.
That's the biggest thing. I go out there every blue moon just to try to show my face. Even from last year, the improvement of the teams, like you said, the athleticism, everything is above and beyond.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? So they're definitely getting better. And I'm talking about the league in general. But the Stallions are they're definitely getting better. Some other teams out there that's good too. You hear this?
All right, then we had Arsenal versus Bama. Bama got that one 6-0.
Damn.
They got a team.
They traveled down here.
Yeah, they made them play 4 games because they can't come.
That's what teams in Ohio for the men are doing. You've been seeing that, John. A lot of teams from Ohio, they've been doing. They're inviting teams to come up there and play in their Ohio league. And they'll give you like 3-4 games a weekend, so you can go every other week.
When we were Red Rum, we did that up in the North Carolina league.
Yeah, y'all did.
Is we played 3 games a week. You know what I'm saying? I think we went up there every other week or every 2 weeks or something like that. And then, of course, now the problem was playoffs. We had league games, so we had to split the squad. Half of us stayed, and then half of us went. But we did it in the North Carolina league. It's feasible, especially a place that you can travel to like that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool though.
Yeah, for real.
4-0.
I'm a 5.
All right, next game we have APOC versus DOA. APOC won 15-7. Next game, Arsenal versus X Factor. Arsenal got that game 12-6. Got the Lady Warriors versus Storm. Lady Warriors won 3-0. 3-0. Kicking field goals like that?
It was, in overtime.
For OT?
Wow.
Yeah, it was a real good game. Like that game, they stayed like within the 50. Like they go 50 this way, 50 that way, 50 this way. And then they went to overtime. And old girl got a pick in overtime. Warriors, and then they kicked the field goal.
Wow.
Ooh,
That's what's up.
that's huge. Next game, we got APOC versus NTB. APOC won 26-0. Next game, we got Rebels versus the Warriors. Rebels won that one 6-0. Next game, we got Bama versus X Factor. Bama won 20-0. All right, so how many points have Bama gave up so far?
Sound like 0.
Nobody yet, huh?
And listen, they played under the center quarterback.
Oh.
She throwing passes too, dog.
They played 5-step drop.
No, like this.
All up on it.
Flag, now. They running too, but she under the center.
That means they got a good
She
line.
coming that line, yeah.
All right. Damn, next game, we got Primetime versus Storm. Primetime got that game 18-0. Next game, we got Bama versus Rebels. Bama got that game 6-0.
Still 0.
And last game we got Primetime versus NTB. Primetime got that game 13-0.
So it's some new team names though. They coming from other leagues or they just new teams, you know?
I think the MTV team is from Bama too.
Okay.
So there's 2 teams from Bama, and their Rebels is Billy old team.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So New Valera not in the league? Billy not coaching?
Well, I think they I think they just
Oh,
changed.
he's
the
Rebels.
name.
So that's why they got a new name. X Factor is a new team. And that's it.
Okay. They already got a lot of teams though. That's good growth for the ladies, man. That's good stuff.
Well, them ladies scored 60 points. These ladies scored 60 points to 0 the whole weekend.
Right.
That's crazy.
And that's 2 games, 6 points. 4 games?
4 games.
Okay.
4 games.
Nah, they didn't juggle that.
So they're outscoring some of our teams, present company included. Okay.
So Bama
They got them
versus
no-
no fly zone.
That's
The
right.
no
right.
fly zone stats.
That's right.
And then every year they had old girl, she was giving the business.
Really?
It was called, she was posting everybody up. I'm talking about running posts on everybody.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah. Run down them real quick.
Yeah.
Pull them up real quick, just to remind folks.
Yeah, man. Let's remind what the men's league is at in terms of and who's traveling, man. I mean, I know we going to a tournament next weekend, so we hate that week off, but we
Right.
want that work.
Right.
Yeah.
We want that work, man. And then we'd have had our old friends too, so that'd have been a good little matchup to go to before making our little journey. But we're gonna be in Annapolis, man. So hopefully we get the support and go out here and do our thing, man. Looking forward to it. I posted the schedule on there a couple weeks ago, man. It's gonna be a loaded tournament, though, boy.
Oh yeah.
And folks calling me. I'm getting called almost every other day, man. They looking forward to. They like, Smoke called me yesterday. Man, I'm so glad to see Shotwave back, man. I'm so glad to see y'all back, man. You know what I mean? Smoke said, man, y'all need a tent, man. I'm gonna set y'all up a tent and everything. So what's up, Smoke? I appreciate you, brother.
Was he saying that he was glad that y'all dropped the rest of that team? Is that what he was implying? Let us know, Smoke.
There go that
What
jam.
were you trying to
There go
say,
that jam. Yeah, he was looking forward to it, man. But then the trip part is the new schedule came out, and I think that's what we play first game too. So hopefully that tent's still good.
Right. I'll give you the 10 after the game.
After the game.
Let's see here, real quick rundown. Currently, sitting atop the standings at 7-1, technically. You know what? Outsiders 6-0. 6-game season so far. 404 Outlaws 7-1. They got the biggest point differential. That's the reason they're looking that way. They got a very good point differential. Outcast 7-1. Shockwave 5-1-2. New Jack City 4-1-1. ATL Gladiators 5-3. Strays at 4-2. Banditos YB at 3-3. Predators at 3-4. Southside Gorillas at 2-3-1. Wolfpack at 2-3-1. Patriots at 2-4. No Fly Zone at 2-4. Get With It. The Monstars and Beast With It. 1-5. Maybe we could, if we could let Get With It and Beast With It combine their records, maybe they, get them in the playoffs. DSGB
Nah,
at
they
1-5.
wouldn't.
They still wouldn't be in the playoffs.
Dog Fam, boy, 0-6.
The Dog family, the only winless team left.
Only winless team with 147-point differential.
God dog, they were this close.
Them boy good, I bet. Them
Hold
boy
on,
good.
listen. All jokes aside, the teams that have losing records, we're talking about like 2-point differential, -47, -21, -32, -53, -42, -147. They got a bigger point differential than the 4 teams above them combined. Jeez, oh Pete.
That's pretty serious.
Man, listen. Y'all gonna have to start making some games ugly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hold the ball.
Hold the ball.
Hold the ball, buddy.
Y'all
Listen,
crazy.
I can tell you from
Don't
experience,
even pass
a
that
12-0 loss feels a lot better than a 30-0 loss. Okay?
These are facts.
All right?
So I'm just thinking about that. You said Wolfpack is 2-3-1. Is that
I
right?
think. Let me pull it up again. It's something like
That's
that.
6 games.
Yeah.
So they still got 4 left. They not out. They were talking like they were out last week.
No, they're still.
They still got a fighting chance.
Yeah. Listen, Patriots and No Fly Zone are both 2-4. Wolfpack, Southside are 2-3-1. So, listen, 2 teams that made the playoffs last year still got 4 games left. Like they could finish 4-3-1. You know what I'm saying? They're not out of it. It's conceivable. They gotta be on. You know what I'm saying? And maybe
And do they have who they playing up? That's gonna be the question.
I gotta see. Did Wolfpack already play Southside earlier in the season? Because they were supposed to play.
Yeah.
I think they
Then
already
they-
did. Okay, so
then
they
they-
can't take each other out.
Wolfpack already beat Southside.
All right, so they can't take each other out.
Southside beat who they beat this week. Southside might beat Wolfpack.
No, they played. Didn't y'all play Southside?
No,
play
we
that?
I
played-
thought it
we
was
supposed to
one
play-
tie.
Oh, y'all supposed to play this week.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was.
No,
It was-
Southside and Wolfpack tied.
Tied.
Okay.
They tied that game.
All right. Well, the point is, they're both fighting for a spot, and they can't hurt each other. You know what I'm saying? Normally, you got somebody can beat another team out, but it's conceivable. I mean, listen, they're gonna need some help from some other people, but like they're not out of it.
Okay.
So
I mean, really, a lot of teams are still alive.
Yeah.
Realistically.
yeah, the problem is you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that are 1-5 or worse. So you got to figure that's 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 26 losses just on the bottom 5 teams. So that's like every loss in the, that's a significant number of losses that they're just taking on the chin for everybody else.
So you said 3 weeks because y'all had a bye coming up. Is that right?
Correct. We have a bye. We have Easter this week. We have a bye.
Y'all got to buy. Y'all had to buy the same week. We would have had to buy.
Correct.
Okay.
So we're
So that's why y'all gonna be 3 weeks.
right. Which again, at 44 years old, that ain't the kind of we got an average age of 37 years old. We can't take 3 weeks off. It may as well be another season.
Yeah, 3 weeks is a long time now.
Okay,
I
that's a
agree.
long time in dog years.
And then you only got 2 games left to wrap up.
Right. So we'll see. Some things will hash out. It looks pretty solid across the top in terms of 404 us and outsiders. Listen, all the O teams, Outlaws, Outcasts.
You said
Outsiders.
4-4-71.
They're
So
7-1.
you only got 2 games left too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So listen, even if outsiders, listen, even if they went 6-4, you got to figure they still stand to make it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are 5-1-2, so y'all in a it looks like those top 1, 2, 3, 4 teams are pretty set. New Jack City's at 4-1-1, so they overwhelmingly winning their games. So it's really after that. I feel like those are pretty well set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 teams are probably in, regardless of what happens in some level. You know what I'm saying? It might shake out. Some positions may change.
Right.
Those 5 are probably pretty set. But below that, where you got the Gladiators, the Strays, YB, stuff like that,
It's a battle for 3 spots.
yeah, it's a battle for 3 spots. So,
It's gonna be good, man.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's gonna be good, man.
I like that.
I mean, I like because it makes every game count. You know what I mean? That's the difference between an 8-game playoff thing. Really, it literally made every game count, and everybody knew that going in. You know what I mean? Every game was pretty important.
right.
You couldn't just take half the season off and show up.
And coach, right. You can't just play yourself into shape. You can't take the Shaq route, play ourselves into shape.
Yeah, we seen
I
Turk
got
one
you.
time.
Control panel up in the control center. Y'all trying to get some more? I got you. Well, I mean, from what I heard, nobody wants to see y'all play. So y'all wasn't the teams anybody wanted to see.
And that's fine.
Okay. That's
Don't
just
look.
what okay.
We got the hard,
There you go.
we had the playoff schedule.
All right.
Preparing. Obviously.
Right.
That's that doggone Kurt. That's that Kurt. That's
He's-
what he is.
listen,
No, nothing else.
I know coming
That
up
hater Kurt.
coming up short. Take it. Listen, taking the low blows at y'all.
Yeah.
All right? He's really punching up on this. one.
I'm not putting that underrated team on the turf field. And I'm not even gonna give them the grit. They're gonna get the utility field.
Listen,
You got that
We're
shit
gonna play
to have.
8 or 10 games on the utility
Utility
field.
field.
We got a BS is that.
he said the best part of y'all's team put on green jerseys this year, and that's what I didn't know.
God dog.
I think that's what he. I'm sure I saw it on a text. I'm sure I saw it on a text.
Screw y'all on there.
Yeah. Which, listen, again, just goes to show you that. Listen, practicing for months ahead of the season definitely
Pays off.
pays. Listen, it pays off. Credit to them for preparation.
For preparation, right?
Okay.
Order
I'm
them
here
jerseys.
for it.
Order them jerseys in November. That what both said.
Yeah.
I'm here for
You here for it, right?
Okay,
Love it.
That was our mistake, was sticking with our team for so long and still practicing. We should have left months ago and gotten some practice in. So I apologize to my guys for not being more forward thinking. All right, we should
Being
have
more
left
prepared.
Yeah, we should have thought ahead.
Listen, I would break some Adam Sheffield and then we go in here. I talked to the other. Mick Gray.
Oh, okay.
Y'all, it's gonna be so funny, man.
Did he hit you with some news? Okay.
Oh Lord.
But I'm telling him I'm ready for his last.
You don't want to share it with us?
Because no, he said he told me at the field this weekend that he's mathematically still in the playoffs.
He
We're
is.
not supposed to talk about it, but he said he's mathematically still in the playoffs.
No, we were supposed to lay off of him and not give him any grief. And listen, to your credit, T-Mac, you didn't hit anybody this week. So listen, no interceptions, no late hits. Buddy, hey, you're stepping up, you're improving, T-Mac. I see you, buddy.
Your
I see you.
stats were impeccable this
That's
weekend.
right. That's right.
He said this week.
All right? So don't let these guys get on you, T-Mac. I got you back.
Impeccable, boy.
Okay.
So if you had to look at that bracket, who would you take as an upset team to get in the playoffs?
What are we considering an upset team? Like you always
Well,
have
somebody not necessarily the team, but where they stand right now.
Is it an upset team to say somebody like Southside who did well
Started
last
off 0
season,
and 0 and something.
but to start off slow,
I think
and
it
then to
would
come
be.
on. So would you consider them an upset
I
team?
would.
Okay, so I
Because just thinking about the spots that's available.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You think about, you say the Gladiators,
yep,
YB,
yep.
The Predators,
Strays.
Stray. That is Stray. What is Stray's up top though?
They're 4-2.
Oh, they're 4-2. That's right. They had that one loss.
Yep.
Huh?
So, like, listen. All right. So let's look at the 2-3-1 team. Is Billy right now is at 3-4-1 and playing the way.
Billy, are you gonna get in the playoffs?
Listen, playing the way that they're playing right now, I don't see it. So that is what it is. It's not a shot at Billy. He knows that. So the question is, okay, is Gladiators coming off of last season? They are. You know what I'm saying? So, or whatever Justin and Mike have going on, they did make the playoffs last year. So is it an upset for them to think that they're one of the teams that may make it? So you got Southside, who started off slow, but is always a dangerous team. You know what I'm saying? And they did lose a lot of personnel. So whatever effect you think that has on the team, they definitely had to rebuild something.
Right.
You got Wolfpack that has a lot of new guys and could use a couple weeks off to, even if
I would
it's just to
consider
get
Wolfpack
scheme.
being an upset if they didn't make it because
Okay.
you anticipate them being
coming on.
Being in
a
there.
top 8 team.
Right.
You
Okay.
anticipate that. I think that would be an upset.
So then you're looking at maybe Gladiators and Southside. Again, both made the playoffs last year, so no disrespect. But Southside had to replace a lot of people. And, Gladiators has been up and down historically. So all three of them could make it. You know what I'm saying? And if all three of them made it, you would have somebody like YB out. Or EA out. Yeah, or in order for them three to make it, those two would have to be out.
I would anticipate YB at 3-3. I would anticipate them being the team they are. They're gonna buckle down.
Right.
Their next 4 games, teams have a hard time beating them.
Right.
They're a veteran team now. They're not the old, they're not the young, they're not
Right.
young bloods
They're
no
not
more.
young bloods.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're a veteran team. I
Right.
expect them to buckle down.
Correct.
So they're gonna put pressure on somebody. So for Wolfpack, I wonder who they play them last. 'Cause they got 4 games left.
Yep.
So
So that's going to be the question.
it's gonna be a challenge for them.
And for what it's
2,
worth,
3, and 1. It's gonna be a challenge.
and for what it's worth, Wolfpack made the playoffs last season, right?
Correct.
So Wolfpack, Gladiators, and Southside, and Strays and
Youngblood.
YB all have the playoff schedule. Somebody's going to get eliminated.
Somebody's gonna definitely get eliminated.
You know what I'm saying?
I just said a couple.
Right. So somebody's got to.
A couple gonna get.
So my dark horse would be dependent on my dark horse. I guess would be Southside. You know what I'm saying? Started off slow, replaced a lot of people. Right. I don't think he's been playing quarterback these last.
Which has
couple
been
of weeks.
surprising.
I think Daryl has. So when I was at the field Sunday when I saw him, Daryl was throwing. So
The bigger guy, huh?
yeah, the big guy. He was slinging it. So it if it's a matter of moving Julian out from under center and putting him out on the edges and putting somebody else there that can distribute the ball, it could be rather than, I don't want to say like give your best player the ball, but give somebody who can distribute the ball and put weapons out on the edge. Maybe that's maybe it turns out to be a better move than to just give the ball to Julian every time. You know what I'm saying? So if it makes him more dangerous. So,
but does that make him more dangerous?
It could.
It just seems like his mobility makes him such a difficult person to check. Mm-hmm. And most of his plays, most time you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket, make him throw.
Right.
That cat right there, you definitely don't want to let him out that pocket.
Right.
He's dangerous out there. I mean, he makes running throws. I get it. He makes some running throws. Be like, man, that's crazy.
From a scheme standpoint, I would say, yes, having somebody like that under center is more dangerous on a play-to-play basis. So if you give up a broken play, it can have a lot worse effect. But play-to-play, it may be more versatile and more dangerous because people, you got to think, from a scheme standpoint, we're built on balanced schemes. Everybody sort of assumes the ball is going to be in the middle of the field. Your quarterback is standing in the middle of the field. Your safety is probably in the middle of the field. Like there's a backbone to how an offense and a defense is set up. You know what I'm saying? So perhaps moving somebody, putting weapons out on the edge means you can't focus that backbone in the middle of the field, and you have to account for things horizontally and not just vertically. So from a scheme standpoint, it could make sense to put somebody out on the edge like that.
I hear that. If we played them, I'd love to see him on the edge. Mm-hmm. If we're playing them.
Right. I get it.
Stay out there.
I get it.
That boy Billy just hit me up. He said they play Wolfpack and SSG.
Oh, that's what Travis got?
Mm-hmm.
So if Billy can pull those off, it might keep those teams. So Billy single-handedly
can
keep them out of the playoffs.
He literally controls his playoff fate.
But if you lose, Billy,
it's a result.
You're letting them in the playoffs. Yeah.
Definitely.
So.
Okay. It's going to be good, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be good. Well, I guess we'll pause on that jump to talk about do the breakdowns again next week because it's going to be new predictions because we're going to the upcoming games and not the new games.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we'll have those next Thursday.
And that should break a lot of things out. Okay. Good deal, man. T-Mac, you got anything, brother?
Hit me up. I got that seed monster, guys.
Tell people about the sea moss real quick, man. I keep hearing about it. Talk to them about it real briefly.
Basically, man, it's actual moss from the sea, and where you get it. Actually, it really does matter. But you're getting something that's natural that pretty much gives you the 92. You get 92 minerals. You're supposed to intake 102 minerals daily. For you to pretty much recover. Pretty much start thinking straight, pretty much, being
normal
healthy.
Function.
Sea moss give you the 92 of those 102 minerals. Just with 2 tablespoons a day. You could throw it in your tea, you could throw it in your smoothie, however you want to do it. I know some people, they just eat it straight out the jar.
What kind of taste is it?
Well, mine doesn't have whatever I put in. That's what you're pretty much gonna taste. You're not gonna taste mine. You're not gonna taste the sea. Now I've tasted some where you still taste the sea. They just didn't clean it right. But with mine, whatever fruit or whatever herbs I put in it, that's what you're gonna taste. So it's just how you mix it. You don't want to have with my strawberries sea moss. You don't want to put that in a tea. You know what I'm saying? Because it has a strawberry taste to it. So it's all how you mix it and everything.
You don't like strawberry tea?
Well, some people might like it like that, but it's just a way to get your body right. I'm gonna just be 100 with you guys, man. For the past about 7-8 years, I was dealing with that the tilted hip flex, and it's when after a tournament, it'll take me about 2 weeks to recover. Since I've been taking this sea moss, especially at the national, it's taking me about two days to recover.
Really?
At 42 years old, it's great with inflammation. It's great with energy. You're talking about the energy boost. And those that heard Gates on his little post, you know, if you're struggling in that area, if that thing don't get up, and the ladies, if that thing dries Mojave Desert, man, it help you out in that area too. So, you know, it ain't had nothing but great benefits for you, you know, and I'm here to supply it.
That's what's up.
So hit me up.
There it is. My boy, selling them It's a Dad shirts, man.
Dre.
Support my boy Dre.
Yep.
Get them shirts.
I gotta get me one, Dre. Holla at your boy.
You can go ahead and throw them sweatsuits together too.
Yes, B Mark, what you got, bro?
On a personal note, I want to remind the schedule maker that we want to play Shockwave the week after they get back. So T-Max said it takes him 2 weeks to recover. Make a note of that, Mr. Booker Man. All right, for future reference. Shockwave, week after tournaments.
Well, I've been off about a month. Well, they shut your boy down. They was like, "Mo, you ain't playing this week."
Any advantage we can get. Just remember. All right?
That's the first time in my life I've been shut down.
Had to do it, man. Had to do it.
Hey, well, I ain't gonna lie, boy. That damn tailbone Katooey, boy, that ain't no joke.
When you get older, you start hurting, pulling muscles, you know, in places you didn't know you had muscles.
Like my
You know what
ass
I'm
hurt.
saying?
Boy.
Yeah.
Falling on my tailbone. Boy, that shit was
Right.
couldn't move.
That happened with Mojo a couple of weeks ago. He said, B, I'm not going to be able to play Sunday. I was like, why? And he was like, he felt like a slight tear doing some. Mojo does the craziest workouts. He just makes up dumb stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? He was like, we were doing sumo squats, and I felt it pop in my rear end. I said, so you sprung your ass? And he was like, well, when you put it that way, you can't play because you sprung your ass. Because I'm about to go tell him in the group, just so you know. So yeah, listen, you got to be careful about that stuff. All right. Listen. Like we were saying earlier, man, we always talk about voting and taking an active role in politics and stuff like that. Man, listen, politics affects people every day. Yes. And if you think people on the other side aren't making moves every day with regards to it, you're wrong. Pay attention. Be active. I mean, we're only dealing with your life. You know what I'm saying? And like I always tell people, I have a passion for it, but it don't affect people who look like me as much as it affects people who look like y'all. So take that stuff seriously. Like we live in a country that's 70% white. Most of the rules gonna benefit me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got as much to worry about. Keep that in mind, man. Y'all, some people got to take it more seriously than other people taking it because it affects them more. You got to be realistic about it.
Big facts. Mm-hmm. Big facts. There it is, man. Can't sit on after that, man. But listen, everybody rest up, man. Happy Easter to all. Have a good weekend. You know what I mean? The girls are playing this week? Okay. We'll go out there and support the ladies, man.
Check them out.
You know what I mean? Go support the ladies, man. I'm going to check out the game this Sunday. I'm going to do that this Sunday. What, they're at the same location? So they're not playing, that's going to be the whole season, what? Okay. Yeah, I was hoping they're back at Little.
Cool.
Does that mean you're going to get a team jersey? You're going to order a replica?
Who you rocking with, Duane? You ain't say who is it, man?
You said the Rebels?
The Rebels.
Oh, the Rebels. You rocking with the Rebels?
You already got that color scheme, so it ain't a change. Okay, all right. All
right, man. Well, happy Easter, everybody, man. We'll be out next Thursday with the new predictions. And get ready to get to it, man. Everybody be blessed. We out.
I know what I wanna do inside of you. Yeah, shout it like I pull up on you, so you can put that thing on me, you heard me, so stop playing with me, girl. So what you wanna do? I know what I wanna do. Couple shots and slide all on you. Make you moan, change your tone all night long. Do not disturb my phone. So what you wanna do? I know what I wanna do. Couple shots and slide all on you. Make you moan, change your tone all night long. Disturb. Look, straight from the bed to the floor, straight from the floor to the bed. Shout to get mad cause I Left a little text on red. Now she get mad when I go. We used to fuck on the low. Now she get mad when I get up to go. She turn on that light and then put on the show. Then she hop back on me. Shorty ride the D like she all on E. I ain't even playing when I'm in the shit deep. I'ma probably fall asleep in that pussy all week. Then I wake up and I pull me a phone. Shorty get mad when I head to the door. Shorty just think that I'm ready to go. But fuck it, little mama, like I want some more. Shit, I wanna fuck, put your ass up. Rolling this blunt, getting gassed up. All in your face, put your mask up. Ain't this the shit that you asked for? Now you in love when I'm hugging you, yeah. Got you all wet when I'm rubbing you, yeah. Baby girl, look when I'm thugging you, yeah. I'm kissing them lips when I'm fucking you, yeah. So what you wanna do? I know what I wanna do. Couple shots and slide all on you. Make you moan, change your tone. All night long, do not disturb my phone. So what you wanna do? I know what I wanna do. Couple shots and slide all on you. Make you moan, change your tone. All night long, do not disturb. Soon as I walk in, she slightly undressed. Playing with a pussy, I'ma watch her get wet. Playing in the head when she move in the neck. And we probably gon' fuck till we both just sweat. I don't even lie, she don't even walk around dry. Shit so good and so fast, she don't even try. I might put her ass on live. Whoa. Let me get back to the business. I'm killing that pussy, I might need a witness. I'm falling in love like as soon as I'm in it. I'm probably gon' bust like as soon as I'm in it. Let me just catch my breath. I'ma beat it up till it ain't nothing left. Up, down, left, right, left, right, left. I'm about to eat it up, I ain't got nothing left. All in my zone, watching you moan. Baby girl, look how we grown. You changing your tone. And do not disturb on the phone. That's why you fuck with a nigga like me. That's why I fuck with a bitch like you. Baby girl, shit, look, we know what it do. And that's why you love when a nigga come through. So what you wanna do? I know what I wanna do. Couple shots and slide all in